What is progressive braking and how can it help you? This week on Angelo's Motorcycle. Progressive braking is the term for gradually increasing front brake pressure on a motorcycle so that you can achieve a safe stop in the shortest distance possible. Maybe you've taken the MSF class and you've seen us do the example of how we drag our foot on the ground, and then as we apply weight, all of a sudden we can't move our foot. This is the same concept progressive braking follows. We're shifting the weight to the front tire, increasing the pressure on the front tire so that you can get increased braking force. And we're doing it carefully, right? We don't want to grab the front brake lever. Don't ever grab the front brake lever and just squeeze it like you can be like right off of the bat, because you could lock up that front tire. And if you lock up that front tire, it would be very easy for you to fall. Okay, and we don't want that. So roll off the throttle, reach for the brake lever, and gently squeeze. And as you're squeezing, increase pressure until the motorcycle stops. What you're doing is you're gradually increasing that weight transfer onto that front tire so that the motorcycle will stop. And the goal is, we call it a quick stop. The goal is to stop in the shortest, safest distance possible. If you're riding with your proper safety margins and good positive risk offset, you're not following vehicles too closely, you have an adequate safety margin, you will be able to avoid a lot of potential situations by using quick stops. This, we tell people when we are teaching the MSF class, this is a potentially life-saving skill that we are teaching you here. Being able to stop your motorcycle quickly and safely. And don't let the first time that you practice quick stops on your machine after you've taken the MSF class, don't let the first time you're practicing quick stops on your machine be when you need it in traffic, right? Take your machine to a parking lot, practice quick stops. I practice quick stops all the time on all of my bikes. Especially if you have multiple machines like I do, you're going to want to be fairly familiar with each of those machines. You know, take the Harley out for a ride once in a while, take it out to a parking lot, do a little practice. Every machine is a little bit different, right? The concepts are the same, but every machine responds a little differently. Take your machine to a parking lot, practice some quick stops, practice some U-turns, practice turns from a stop. Be familiar with your machine before you go out into traffic. Like I said, don't let it be the first time you practice a quick stop on the street when somebody pulls out in front of you and you need it. So let's try some quick stops here. So what I'm going to do to demonstrate the technique is I'm going to approach the cone. We'll call it the stop cone. I will approach the stop cone at various speeds, and then I will roll off the throttle, reach and squeeze the front brake, and use progressive braking, gently increasing my braking pressure on the front brake as I go, and using the rear brake as well. Use both brakes, get about 70 to 80% of your braking with the front brake. The remainder comes from the rear brake. Right? So I'm going to do that right now on the 450 SS. I'm going to get it fired up and we're going to do it. Let's go. Let's do some quick stops. I love the sound of the 450 SS. What a great machine. This is all gravel, so I'm just going to power walk this. Plenty of tree debris as well. There we go. So I'm going to have to take that into account as I'm performing my quick stop maneuvers. The fact that there is some debris from trees and some gravel in the way. So our first one is going to be at a relatively low speed. And as soon as I pass the cone, and that's a fairly quick stop. Let's try it again at a slightly higher speed. Again, I'm going to paddle walk this gravel, because this can be a little slippery. There we go. Now we'll try coming in at a slightly higher speed. Okay. And stop. Ooh, yeah. As soon as you reach that threshold where you start to develop the maximum braking force of the motorcycle without sliding the front tire, boy, the machine really stops quick. I mean, I'm getting 10 foot stops here. Now, granted, I'm not going too tremendously fast, but the motorcycle is developing its maximum braking speed very easily and very quickly with the progressive brake technique. Second gear this time. Oh yeah. You notice that the front suspension dives down. As you're getting that maximum weight transfer onto the front tire, the front suspension will compress just like that. That was a good stop. That was a good stop. We'll do one more. Paddle walk the gravel. But we could do a nice U-turn on the street. Counterweighting technique. Turn your head, look where you want to go, counterweight, and round you go. Nice and easy. All right. Second gear, and stop. Oh yeah. Got a slight little bit of the anti-lock on the back tire that time, which was good. So that's progressive braking technique. Get out to a parking lot, try it on your bike. Message me down in the comments section. Let me know what you think of the progressive braking technique, if you've ever had to use it in traffic, if you've practiced it on your machine in the parking lot. Let's talk about it down below. Roll off, reach, squeeze, squeeze harder, squeeze harder, squeeze harder until you stop. It's a gradual, progressive squeezing of the front brake. This is Angelo from Angelo's Motorcycle. I hope to see you all next week. Thanks for watching Angelo's Motorcycle. Progressive braking, it could save your life. It's one of those life-saving techniques. Give it a try. Go ahead and check me out on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. All is Angelo's Motorcycle. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All of that helps me. See you all next week.